Hey guys, Peter here to do an album review. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about the brand new record from Enforcer, Zenith, out April 26th on Nuclear Blast. The album has 10 tracks and it's 46 minutes in length, and this is the band's 5th full-length album. To me, this is an album that is very dynamic, very diverse, and really blends a few genres, predominantly heavy metal and speed metal, but also a little bit of 80s hair metal is in there. Now, the way this is blended together is not blended on individual tracks. What I mean is, you don't have a song that really mixes heavy metal with speed metal or heavy metal with 80s hair metal. That's not the case. Each song has its own identity, each song has its own DNA, its own structure, its own sound, its own style. The album itself blends the genres. So what that gives you is a record that has 10 tracks, 10 very unique tracks, very different from each other, and each single track has a style to it, has a fragrance, a DNA, an aroma to it that matches one of those influences, either be speed metal, heavy metal, or 80s hair metal. Now, there are positives to this and there are a negative to this. To me, the positives is the fluidity that the album has. When you sit down to listen to this record, you notice immediately that there's not two songs alike. So every single song brings something new to the table. Every single song offers a different style, different delivery, a different sound. And that is a positive because it really allows you to be excited about the next song because you really don't know what the next song is going to bring you, and it keeps you engaged with the record. The negative side for me of a record that's this dynamic, that has this much of a difference from song to song, is that there is a little bit of a disconnect throughout the record. So you don't feel like the tracks really blend with each other or really flow from track to track. You really feel like you're listening to 10 individual tracks, not necessarily to a record that has 10 tracks. That to me is a little bit of the negative from having this specific style or this specific approach for a record like this. But let me say this, Olaf's vocals are one of the high points of this record. They really fit the album like a glove. His voice really is the perfect condiment to each and every single song on the record. He has such a great sound, he has such a great delivery, he has a beautiful voice. He really enhances the beauty of the music and he really brings the music to life. He's really the common denominator, or let's say this, his delivery, how good his delivery is really the common denominator throughout the record. He's really the glue that keeps this album together and really shows how good he is by being able to deliver on songs that are so different in terms of style and structure, sound, and he delivers on every single song on point. That to me needs to be enhanced, needs to be talked about because it is really magnificent. I also like what they've done with the keyboards. They use keyboards throughout the tracks and some more than others. To me, the main thing is they didn't overuse it. They didn't fall in love with the more symphonic aspect of their sound and included keyboards or pianos on every single track and overdid it almost to give the album a more symphonic component. That's not what they did. They used it throughout, they used it sporadic, like I said, in some songs more than others, but they really used it wisely. Not overused it, but used it wisely to really enhance certain songs that needed a little bit more of a different element, to give a little bit more extra melody here and there. So I really like what they've done from the keyboard sides because they really didn't overdo it. They just did enough of it. And when you have a band that has this much dynamic of sound, when you have an album that has this much dynamic of sound, it's really easy to fall in love with the keyboard as a constant factor to give the songs melody, to give the songs a certain specific melody, and they didn't do that. So I really enjoy the fact that they didn't fall in love with it to the point where it's in the forefront on every single track. Now let's talk about some songs, and I want to start with a song that uses the keyboard's piano extensively. Perhaps the song, I don't think there's a song on this record that uses it as much as this one, and that's Regret. This is a beautiful, beautiful ballad. The only thing about this song is, I wish instead of being the 4th track on the album, I wish it was track number 6. I really would like this song to be the one that really breaks the album into two. So to me, it came a little bit too early on the record. I almost wish that it was around track number 5, number 6. 6 would have been perfect. But this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ballad. It really has a beautiful dynamic to it. It has a beautiful melody. And I've heard a lot of songs this year. I've heard a lot of ballads this year. This is becoming quickly one of my favorite ballads that I've heard this year. I just like the dynamic of it. I like the fact that the song really starts off with a piano. They keep the piano throughout the whole song. It never goes away. The melody of the piano is there. And then when the chorus comes around, the chorus is a little bit heavier. The guitars and the drums come in the chorus, give the song a little bit extra thickness around the chorus, but the piano never goes away. The piano is more in the forefront during the verses, more on the background during the chorus when the guitars and drums come in. But the beauty of that melody, that underlying melody that stays there throughout the chorus and then comes into the forefront in the verses, I absolutely love this song. To me, there's also a little bit of an ABBA vibe to this ballad. The way the song is structured, but more important, the way the vocals connect with the piano melody. The way those two components really work together on this specific track really was reminiscent to me, was reminiscent of ABBA and how they created some of their songs and how they incorporated those keyboard melodies, those synthesizer melodies with the vocals. So the way those two components work together on the song kind of reminded me of ABBA. Absolutely magnificent song, one of my favorites of the album. The next one is Sail On, a much different song, almost a stoner rock song. It had a little bit psychedelic elements to it, and it had a lot of stoner rock elements to the guitar riff sound in this specific track. It has an interesting dynamic. It's a different song from the previous one that I mentioned, Regrets, but it's a different song from all the other ones on the record. One of the slower ones still has a good momentum to it. The solo on this song really fits the mood of the song to perfection. It just continues with the dynamic of the song. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't change direction. It doesn't take you on a different path. This is a song that really starts in one faction and it really works its way all the way through to the end. And that solo is just another component that allows the song to carry itself through. So I really like that. I like the dynamic of this song. I like the way how hooky the chorus is, but more important, I like the melody that the song has. I like the slower tempo of the song. Last but not least, Thunder and Hell. This is a very different song, more speed metal song. It has a very fast tempo, very fast guitar riffs, very melodic, killer guitar riffs, and Olaf's vocals, perfect partner to the guitars. And in the song Regrets, his voice was the perfect partner to the keyboard melody, to the piano melody. And this song, I feel like his vocal delivery really matches the dynamic that you're getting from the guitar riffs. The two are absolutely intertwined throughout the song, and there's just speed, relentless, fast riffs. His vocals never give up. His vocals are always there, side by side, matching speed and intensity throughout the track. And it's another track that really has the pedal to the metal. This is a song that really calls for you to be in a car, windows down, rooftop down, pedal to the metal, driving fast. It just has all of those cool components to a speed metal song. I really love this song. The only thing I didn't like about it was the ending. At the end of the song, you get this acoustic melody that just, the song feels like it's over. This acoustic melody comes in and it kind of drags itself out all the way to the end of the song. I really don't get it. The song didn't really need it. And the only way I could understand having it is if that acoustic melody blended into the next track that comes right after. If the next track started with that same acoustic melody, I could understand why they put it at the end of this track to bleed into the following track to give some sort of continuity, dynamic. That's not the case. The track that comes after this one has nothing to do with that and has no hints of it. So to me, that part there just didn't feel right. It didn't make sense because the song was perfectly fine without it. And the way it's constructed, and the way it's delivered, and the dynamic that it has, and the momentum that it has. So to me, that was just one of the little things that I really didn't get about it. But this is a song that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the fast tempo that it has, but more important, how the vocals and those guitar riffs, how they merge so perfectly together to always give you this sense of speed, of momentum. Really love it. All right, guys, this is it. This is Enforcer, Zenith, out April 26th. Let me know your thoughts on the band, the record. Use the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.